Seriously. The man is trouble. He has a remarkable list of crimes. Back at the turn of the century he was running Operation Helios, targeting the National Black Police Association. A judge eventually decided the operation was illegal, and an internal inquiry found that Hayman was responsible and was motivated by race. In 2005 he wrote a report for the government advocating 98-day detention without trial, which isn't illegal but should be. Similarly, he was in charge of the official inquiry and response to 7/7, which implicates him but doesn't constitute a crime in itself. Nor does the fact that it earned him a CBE. He was in overall command of the shooting of Jean-Charles de Manizas, and he was the one who personally fed lies to the press, including lying to the head of the meet so he would also feed lies to the press. He was the only one not completely cleared even by the official IPC report. The meet, however, refused to refer him for prosecution. At about the same time he was humping a female member of the IPC staff, one who supposedly had no access to information relating to investigations, and did a deal with the press to keep pictures of the two of them together out of the papers. A little bit of blackmail there. At the same time he was having another affair with a subordinate officer, in itself somewhat dubious conduct, and charged the taxpayer thousands of pounds for their travelling on sexy jaunts, but he quit to thwart the internal investigation, and the ACPO refused to call for prosecution, as the ones who had funded most of his theft. Incidentally, some of the expenses were spent on champagne suppers with employees of the News of the World. He was in charge of the Forest Gate raid, which resulted in over 100 complaints of police brutality, an innocent man being shot, 2 innocent men being held for 7 days without being charged, and the suspicion, in the innocent days before the phone hacking scandal, that information was being fed to the media for money. He was also found to be responsible for the bugging of MPS, specifically forbidden, and at the same time bugging confidential conversations between the lawyer, the MP, and his client, who the US was seeking to extradite. This is seriously illegal. Again, Hayman was the man with responsibility, who ordered it to happen, and who got away scot-free. The journalist who uncovered this was then brought up on trumped-up charges and threatened and intimidated. There's also the curious tale of Major General Armog, who was on a plane at Heathrow when the meet turned up to arrest him for war crimes and his role in the Israeli army. He stayed on the plane after this was leaked to the Israeli embassy, and the cops couldn't, they say, confirm their legal right to enter the plane, although the whole arrest was based on universal jurisdiction, and other sources claim they feared a shootout with Israeli air marshals. The ultimate decision not to arrest was taken, supposedly, by a direct subordinate of Andy Hayman. The law, incidentally, does allow such an arrest, as a senior police chap ought to know. Then, obviously, there's the News of the World affair, the cover-up of the Daniel Morgan murder and Miriam Sheikh's role in surveilling the police. Hayman was in charge of the phone hacking investigation in 2006 before leaving to join News International, for whom he wrote that there were, perhaps a handful of victims, now confirmed as over 4,000. He admitted before a select committee that he received hospitality from people he was investigating. And this bloke was head of cyber, in charge of investigating police corruption.